Okay, so this is my review of two of the leading note-taking applications for the iPad, Notetaker HD and Penultimate. I'll be using the Boxwave stylus for the review. Let's start off with Notetaker HD. So this is the first page you would see when you enter the app. You can see all the previous notes here in thumbnail list. The thumbnail list feature I think is a very cool feature and unique to Notetaker HD, and I think it's really helpful to find previous notes that you took because you can customize the thumbnail based on anything that you wrote on the first page, and I'll show you how you do that. But let's start off with a default blank page. Alright, so this is what you see when you first enter the page. You'll be in the Edit 1 mode, and you can toggle between the Edit 1 and the Edit 2 mode right here by pressing that button. Edit 1 mode is unique to Notetaker HD as well. So you see this text box right here in the top left. That text box is essentially anything you write in this box below will come up or be shown right up here, and you can move and resize the size of this this text box essentially just like that. And as you do that, this box down here changes. What's unique about this is that it's kind of like a built-in wrist guard because you might have issues, as you might imagine, when you rest your palm on the glass. Especially since it causes a lot of issues with a lot of other applications. So the Edit 1 mode just gets rid of that by putting the box at the very bottom of the page, and then you could move around within that fairly easy. I'll show you what I mean. So let me take some notes here. And as you can see, as I do that, the whatever I write shows up over here. And what's nice are these convenience keys. So if I needed to go to the right, I go like that, and I can continue on with my writing. So I can hit return as well. So it's kind of a neat way to kind of move around within the page. The other mode that you take notes in is Edit 2. And this is just more traditional type note-taking, like you have a blank sheet in front of you. And what you do is I have the wrist guard on, which is, I'll show you a feature that you can turn on and off. And, well, you actually have to tell it that you have there you go. And you see, when I have the wrist guard on like that, I didn't make any marks with my palm on the screen when I had my hand on the screen, and that's really helpful, and I think a big differentiator between this applications and other apps. So this application also has a lot of what I would call robust features. So, for instance, the toolbars. You've got a lot of things you can configure, including the thumbnail, as I'd mentioned. So I could move around what's shown, for instance, on the thumbnail, so that when I'm back on the on the page here, whatever I put in that box is now shown. As you can see here, there's a lot of other things you can even do from the home screen, including putting in tags for easy searching later. You can staple, unstaple sheets. You could there's other page settings you can add. For instance, change the background. You can also change the thumbnail from here as well. But what's real nice about it is a couple of features. One, the undo feature. I really like that. So if you hit that, the last thing you wrote gets deleted. You can also resize and switch between, having kind of an increased font versus a smaller one. So that's pretty much it for Notetaker HD. And let me show you Penultimate. Okay, so here's the first screen you see when entering. They don't have the thumbnail feature like Notetaker HD, but you can edit the name. So by just tapping on it and basically customizing your notes that way. So let me show you how to what the typing's like or the writing is. Here they have a wrist guard also. It's built in, and it allows for note taking, but the issue I have with it is it makes marks on the screen where my palm was. So I'd have to erase that every once in a while, sort of kind of maintenance erasing throughout my note taking, which I think is definitely a disadvantage to, let's say, Notetaker HD. From a feature perspective, it's not very rich. I'll show you, for instance, all the settings. You can change the line to line paper, plain paper, graph, turn the wrist protection on or off, or put the tools at the top or the bottom. That's pretty much it. So it's sort of plain vanilla, no bells and whistles. Although it does its job at the end of the day. Of course, with those annoying marks, though, is the only thing I don't like about it. So if I were to rate this versus the Notetaker HD, I would say the wrist guard, it's pretty decent, but again, the markings really throws me off, and I would say it's about 3. Smoothest of the lines, it's smooth, as you can see from my handwriting. Functionality, pretty low, not much there. The searching and the file retrieval is pretty standard. It doesn't have a thumbnail. I'd give it a 2. 0 bells and whistles. So overall, I'd give this a 2. And for Notetaker HD, as you might imagine, I'm pretty happy with that one. I could pretty much rate that one close to 4s across the board. Wrist guard's great, smoothness, functionality, lots of it. Love the thumbnail. Bells and whistles, I think they could have done a little bit more, like allowing for recording of video and I'm sorry, of audio, that sort of thing. Output to VGA, for instance. I didn't see any of that. Maybe they'll do that in next releases. But overall, I would say this thing is somewhere between a 3 and 4, most likely a 4. And it's definitely the one that I would go with. And I wish somebody had told me that before I bought this and 2 other apps. So hopefully you found this helpful. Thanks.